Welcome to the deep dive. You've handed us a fascinating stack of material today. It seems to be focused entirely on the internal architecture of influence, confidence, and, well, clarity.
That's right.
We're not talking about, public speaking tips or body language tricks here. This is much deeper. It's the mental work that happens before you even speak.
Exactly. And, our sources, they really flip the script on what persuasion is.
Hmm.
They challenge this whole idea that influence is something external, charisma or just being loud.
Right, the person with the biggest personality in the room.
Yeah, that's not it. The core message is it's powerful and it's surprisingly intimate. Influence isn't about controlling other people. It's about getting absolute mastery over yourself.
I find that really compelling. It means anyone can do it, right? It's not about your personality type.
Anyone.
And the insight that really sets this whole deep dive up for me is this. The most successful people, they're not just the smartest. They're the ones who've mastered how to communicate what they know.
Yes, with intention, with purpose.
With purpose.
The whole foundation is really simple when you break it down. Your mind is the engine, your words are the bridge that delivers the value, and your influence. That's the impact.
And if the engine is misfiring?
The bridge collapses. Every time. The real work starts in the silence. It starts with your thinking. Before you can command a room, you have to, first, learn how to command your own thoughts.
So our mission today is, it's all internal. We're figuring out why strong speech is always a result of strong thinking, and then, I guess, how to build that inner architecture.
Precisely. Your thoughts create your voice shapes your presence, and that presence becomes the influence you have.
Okay, so let's start with the big problem, the main obstacle the source material brings up. Why do so many conversations just feel, pointless?
The diagnosis is pretty blunt.
I saw that. People don't think before they speak. They speak before they think.
And that leads to what I call autopilot conversations. We're speaking to react or to fill the silence, not to actually connect or understand anything.
So your words just come out tangled.
Tangled, your voice might shake, the message has no force. It's because the clarity wasn't built before you started talking.
That really hits home, especially in like a high-stakes meeting or something. Your mind knows the answer, but what comes out is just weak. So how do influential leaders get around that chaos?
Well, the sources have this brilliant analogy. It's about architecture. Your mind is the architect, and your words are the building.
If the blueprint's a mess, the building falls down.
The building collapses. So leaders, before they even think about what to say, they structure three things internally.
But wait, doesn't that take a lot of time to structure your thoughts under pressure?
It sounds slow, but it's practice. It becomes almost instant. They decide, one, what is the single most important message right now?
Okay, just one.
Just one. Two, what emotion needs to go with it? Urgency, calm. And three, what is the actual outcome I want from this?
So it's not just the facts, it's the emotional texture and the goal all wrapped up together.
Exactly. If you don't define those things inside, your voice just reflects that confusion. That's why some people can say very little, but have this profound impact.
Their words have weight.
They have the weight of clarity. Speech without that is just noise. Speech with it is influence.
And making that transition from noise to influence, that requires a huge internal shift. The sources call it internal alignment, and they're very direct. If you cannot command your thoughts, you cannot command a room.
That command is alignment. Influence is when your mind, your message, your body, your intention, it's all moving in the same direction, coherently. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being integrated.
So how do we build the mental muscles for that? The sources break it down into three specific internal powers we need to develop.
The first one is the foundation. It's the power of self-awareness.
Which is more than just knowing what you think.
So much more. It's understanding how you think. Are you impulsive? Do you get derailed by fear? You can't control a mental process you don't even understand.
Okay, so first you recognize the process, then you have to stabilize it. Which brings us to the second power, inner calm.
Right. And calm isn't about having no stress. It's about creating mental space.
Room for your ideas to form.
Yes, cleanly, without all that anxiety rushing in. The source even mentions, just taking a breath before a tough conversation. That can reclaim the space. And when your mind is calm, your voice automatically gets more confident.
And the third power gives direction to the other two, the power of intention.
This is the big question you have to ask yourself. What is the one single constructive purpose of these words?
Yeah.
Intention is a filter. It cuts out all the junk and gives you direction.
Without it, you're just wandering
Yeah.
verbally.
Oh, exactly.
This all sounds like a constant internal battle, and the sources describe it that way as this fight between two voices, the inner leader and the inner doubt.
And that inner doubt it's relentless, isn't it? It's always whispering those questions.
What if I say it wrong?
What if they think I'm an idiot?
What if they judge me?
Yeah. And if you let that voice take over, your tone gets weak. Your message just crumbles.
So the secret isn't getting rid of the doubt. That's probably impossible.
It is impossible. Confident speakers aren't doubt-free. They've just trained themselves to listen to the inner leader first. The leader sets the agenda. It prioritizes clarity, and that starves the doubt. It starves it of energy.
They recognize that 30 seconds of planning can make the next 30 minutes so much better.
Right. And that training, that commitment, brings us to the highest level here, the mindset of what the sources call a PRO influencer.
Okay, so this is about moving beyond just being accidentally good at this sometimes. This is a formal approach.
Yes. For consistent, high-impact communication, you need to make 4 specific mindset shifts. These totally transform your internal dialogue.
Let's break those down. Shift number 1 is, it's a big one. It's moving from speaking to serving.
This is critical. Influence stops being a performance to impress people. It becomes an action to help people.
To clarify something or solve a problem.
Exactly. When you shift from, how do I look, to, how can this help, the anxiety just plummets. Your voice becomes warmer, clearer.
That makes perfect sense. Less performance anxiety means better delivery. Okay, the second shift hits the core psychological block. From fear to curiosity.
Fear just locks you down. So influential people, they replace that question, what if I fail, with what can I learn here?
What can I discover?
What can I discover? Curiosity dissolves the pressure. The goal isn't to be perfect anymore. It's to explore.
The third shift feels very tactical. It's from reaction to response.
And the difference is the pause. That's it. Most of us react impulsively. Influential people, they consciously pause, they breathe, and they respond with intention.
And there's a wild statistic in there, isn't there?
There is. A 1-second pause before your reply can literally double the perceived impact of your words.
Double it.
That 1-second signal that thought, not impulse, is guiding you.
Wow. Okay, and the final shift is about connection. From judgment to understanding.
Yeah, if you walk in trying to win an argument, you're just going to sound defensive. The best communicators, they talk to, understand the other person's view.
Because when you lead with understanding,
You create the space for them to understand you back.
so we have the foundation, which is clarity, and we have the mindset, the 4 PRO shifts. Now we get to the actual execution, the aligned thinking model. How do we make sure all that internal work actually comes out right?
The formula for that requires 3 things to happen at once, which is, it's hard under pressure. First, clarity of thought, what's the one message?
Right.
Second, emotional awareness, how do I want them to feel? And third, goal focus, what do I want them to do?
So it's logic, feeling, and action all synthesized. And from that, the sources give us this really simple but powerful 4-step model that people use mentally, sometimes in just a fraction of a second.
This is the blueprint in real time.
Okay, so step 1, pause.
Simple, but it's everything. Just
Yeah.
take a breath. It creates space, and space creates clarity.
Step 2,
This is where you get ruthless. You remove all the clutter, all the extra thoughts. You just ask, what is the absolute non-negotiable point here?
that feels like the hardest part. You want to say everything you know.
You have to resist. Then, step 3, shape.
And this is where the architecture gets built.
It's finalized. You take that one core idea and you form it into a single, clear sentence in your mind. This is the ultimate test. If you can't say it in one sentence internally, you can't say it clearly externally.
Wow. And then finally, step 4.
Step 4, deliver. You speak slowly with the belief that comes from all that preparation and with the direction you've already set. It transforms communication from an accident into an intentional act.
And this brings it all full circle back to that huge reveal at the start, that confidence is not personality, confidence is clarity.
That's the breakthrough. We think confidence is something you're born with, but it's not. It's just evidence of mental prep.
So when the audience hears conviction or authority,
What they're really hearing is the certainty in your own mind because you've done the work.
yeah,
The world doesn't just listen to your words. It listens to the state of mind behind your words.
it makes influence a craft you can learn, not a gift you're given. Your voice isn't something you're born with, it's something you build.
Every day. By mastering your thoughts and aligning your intention, it is the ultimate form of internal mastery that creates real external impact.
So we've gone from scattered thinking to a four-step model for intentional delivery. The application here feels incredibly practical. If you want to change your impact, you have to change how you think.
It's immediate.
Mm,
And that brings us to the provocative thought for you to take away from all this.
okay.
Your voice is always, always an honest mirror of your internal state, your conviction, your calm, your clarity. So thinking about the pause, filter, shape, deliver model, what is one conversation you've been avoiding at work, at home, wherever? One conversation you've been delaying, where applying this mental discipline could completely change the outcome. Don't wait for the perfect moment to have influence. Create it. Create it with clarity.